Well, hello. I am doing a video on a tarot spread, and I want to give you a little background about the need for this tarot spread. For me, it's a reading for myself, a genuine reading for myself, where I'm literally looking for some insight and guidance pertaining my business. So, background. Let's backtrack a couple of days ago. No, let's backtrack to a week ago. I get a client, loved me on one reading, wanted to work with me again on a deep, love reading situation. Gave her the reading, gave her some feedback. She was not happy with the timing of how things were going to unfold, and she completely lost it. She cursed me out left and right through my Etsy account. And then she immediately left my first negative review. And I had emotionally prepared myself for negative reviews. I knew, I've worked in the service industry for a very long time, at least in the insurance industry. And so that's par for the course when you're working with the public. You expect to have a negative review from time to time. That didn't really bother me. It was the attack that I was not used to. And, I'm a big girl. I can take attacks, but still, it hurt. It was like she had said some mean stuff. And it was crazy because I had responded timely to the reading. I was trying to answer a follow-up question she had, and it just went sideways. And she was like, she just had a lot of things to say to me in that email. And I'm like, okay. So I woke up the next day, today, feeling okay, feeling better. I did another reading for someone else, although I worried about being in that headspace after feeling the way I was feeling with this lady. I was like, what do I do? How do I move forward from here? I did a reading with my Dreams of Gaia Tarot, and that helped me to see the bigger picture, to see that, this is a good learning moment for me, a teaching moment, a healing moment. And that, it's okay. You're going to get bad reviews. That's fine. But I think it was the barrage of emails, but I don't know. So I wanted to do a spread to help me get to the bottom of things. So I have this lovely book called Tarot Spreads for Empaths. Let's see if I can. It says 20 Spreads for Your Unique Gifts by Jennifer Soldner. And the spread I'm doing tonight is mine or theirs spread. And it says when to use. This spread is for when you feel a mix of emotions and are unsure which belong to you and which belong to someone else. It works best when you have an idea of the other person's interfering with your emotions, but may be used to simply separate your emotions from the general energies around you. Recommended crystals: labradorite, rose quartz, and jade. And truth be told, I don't recall if I was wearing my labradorite when I was working with her, and I normally do wear my stone when I'm working, my labradorite, when I'm doing my readings for others, but I didn't, and so I don't know. Next time I will make sure I've got that on. And so, yeah, let's see what we got going on here. So I'm going to use my gorgeous Bohemian Gothic. The first card represents the situation or confusing emotion. Okay. Ace of Cups. So that goes at the bottom here. I'm going to move my oracle to the side. All right. The next 2 to 4 cards are the outside energies and emotions. These 3 cards represent the emotions of the other person around you, which are interfering with my state. So, okay, so that's 2. just need one more. Oh. Death for 4. Okay. 5 through 7 is my energies and emotions. These 3 cards represent which emotions belong solely to you and are not clouded by the emotions of others. They are the clearest representation of what you think, feel, or believe about the situation. So I need 3 cards, Spirit, for my energies and emotions surrounding the situation. This is a larger deck, kind of hard to shuffle. And you know I only deal with jumpers. For those who watch my YouTube channel. I'm looking for 2. Oh, there's one. Okay. One more, please, Spirit, about my energies and emotions surrounding the situation. 6 of Swords. Oh, sorry. Hi, guys. You guys can see me. Okay, making room. I'm so excited because my husband finally built a bookshelf or a shelf, like window treatment above our window here. And now all my books that were starting to get candles sit on them are lifted. And many of those books are signed author books. So I'm like bummed that some of them actually have a little smoke damage from my candles. But that's no more. Now I've got plenty of space for my cards and my crystals and my candles. All right, now we need an 8th card, Spirit. This card is how to release and cleanse. This card represents what I need to do in order to release the emotions specified in cards 2 through 4. Okay. I need 1 card. Oh, well, I got 2. That's okay. That's okay. We'll go with it. I like to go with it. And I like to put my Lemurian crystal. Oh, I needed to. Okay. All right, and they said here, if necessary, draw 1 or 2 clarifying cards if you need more help releasing external emotions, cleansing your energy, and focusing solely on your own thoughts and feelings. Okay. All right, that's fine. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so, wow, I'm already loving what I'm getting from this. And you guys can use this spread too for, you know, especially if you're in the metaphysical business like I am, and these things come up, this was probably really helpful to navigate the situation. So, the situation or confusing emotion that's at hand here. This card represents the current situation in which you are seeking clarity or the emotion in question. And I think this is wonderful. Ace of Cups. So let me give you a little background about the reading. I'm not going to give any identifying information about this person. But this person is seeking love and never really had a real loving relationship because of old family issues, etc. You know, we all can relate. Wanting to have a new beginning in love, never had a new beginning in love. Like, it doesn't even seem like one is in sight. Paid lots of money for a matchmaker. Nothing. No prospects whatsoever. So I was giving some straight up information about how, and some rather harsh information about, you know, some blockages, some also possibly needing to move from the area, and that doesn't always go over so well. And yeah, so it was definitely surrounding about Ace of Cups, wanting a new beginning in love, and you know, I thought that my reading was giving her hope. It was certainly giving her tools, I thought, but she wasn't seeing that. She felt like maybe I was dashing her hopes for new love and that I was cold. She said that my words cut like knives. And I was like, whoa, you know, I'm an Aquarius. That's my sun sign. And I am definitely swords energy. Definitely. Many people say that. My husband has said that. Many people have told me that. My words can cut like a knife. And so I will take that feedback. I will take that in. And I will learn from that. But again, I do not regret telling her the truth about the situation either. I don't. I always want to be of authentic nature. Always want to tell the truth. Always want to keep it real with my clients. Even if it's something they don't want to hear. Okay, so then we're going to look at 2 to 4, outside energies and emotions. So, these 3 cards represent the emotions of the other person around you, which are interfering with your safe. 10 of Pentacles. This lady definitely had it going on. She had the resources and the money to be able to throw a lot of money at me. Like she in a short succession of time booked a couple of readings with me, and some of my more pricier readings. And my readings are reasonable, I feel. Very reasonable, I think. And but still, I had just raised the prices. She had no problem with that. She quickly went on to my Etsy store, and she even told me, she even emailed me and said she would book more readings with me. She's thrown a lot of money at resources, she feels like, and she feels like because she spent a lot of money, that she shouldn't have to do a lot of work, that love should just fall into her lap, that or the family that she desires should just happen. And when I told her it does not work that way, well, that became a problem. And I became a peon to her, is basically what she was saying, that I'm worthless. So I'm like, okay, all right. Amongst many other choice curse words. The Hanged Man. What is encouraging for me to see is the Hanged Man. That perhaps today, like if I would have did this reading yesterday, first of all, I was not prepared to do any other readings after getting the barrage of emails. I kid you not, it was at least 25 emails. I had to create a little folder for them in my Etsy account, just to store them in case something came of it, you know. So yeah, but today, I don't know if maybe she has a new perspective. I saw that she watched the video several times. So maybe she's having a new perspective about how she behaved, how she received the information. Even one of the cards in the reading, one of the oracle cards was like, you know, you need to surrender to always being right and to receive help. And, you know, I told her in the reading, it seems that's a challenge for you. And I'm hoping that this card is encouraging to say that maybe, or encouraging to see that maybe she's having a new perspective with the Hanged Man. Maybe I gave her a new perspective she wasn't ready to deal with yet, about how she has to transform. The Death card could mean either a couple of things. It could either mean like that this is it, like she's like she told me she said she never wanted to deal with me ever again. And hey, that's fine. That's okay. Maybe that's what this card represents. Maybe it means something entirely more sinister. Maybe it means like she was going off, like she was cussing, like, I mean, saying some nasty things. I will not utter what she was saying in the emails. And I just sat back and was like, okay. I told her in the last email to her, I said, it seems like you are very upset and I don't want to agitate you anymore. I'm going to go to bed. Good night. And that's how I left it. And she said a few other things, and that's when she left the bad review. And because I was like, I can't continue on with this. So, yeah. So, but then I'm hoping that this card means that this is about her transformation. And in her reading, this card did come up, and it was about transformation. It was the Death card came up in her reading. And so I'm hoping that, you know, she sees this as an opportunity to transform herself. I don't know if she will, and I am not here to just sit up here and take abuse, so I won't be taking abuse or trying to find out what ends up happening. But, you know, hey, that's what she's got going on. Now let's take a look at what I've got going on my side of the house. So, it says here, 5 to 7, these cards here, is these cards represent which emotions belong solely to me and are not clouded by the emotions of others. They are the clearest representation of what you think, feel, or believe about the situation. We have Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. I was feeling like a new beginning. I'm pursuing my passion of having this tarot business, this reading business. I don't just read tarot, I read oracle, and I'm starting to dabble into Lenormand. I use the pendulums. I do scry. I'm setting off a new beginnings with this business, and I really had the best of intentions to help others with this new business. Yes, I wanted to be able to earn an income to sustain myself only because I want to be able to help others. So those were my feelings setting out doing this. And up until this point, I had all positive reviews, multiple people coming back to me over and over again for readings. So I was starting to probably feel myself, starting to have a little Queen of Wands energy, like, wow, you know, I'm really feeling like a master at this. Like, people are really responding to what I'm doing. I'm able to put myself out there, put my services out there, help others, nurture creativity, nurture people finding love, being that, you know, spiritual connector to life purpose, between you and life purpose. That matters to me. So I was having that moment and maybe feeling myself a little bit, you know, if I'm in all honesty. And then this comes, and not even from a person, like, I've had readings where I'm like, I thought for sure I would either never hear from that person again or get some kind of bad review. And it was quite the opposite. They felt totally different about the reading and they wanted to come back for more. So I was shocked when this reading went so amazingly well. Everything, her reading, she emailed me a couple of questions she wanted to add to the reading, and it was in perfect timing where I hadn't started the reading yet. I incorporated her questions into the reading. I was feeling in my vibe, in my zone with that reading. Like, wow, everything was hitting on point. The decks I used, the messages that were coming out, the timing, everything just felt, I was so intuitively connected to the reading and really wanting to help her find love because I've been in her shoes before. And then that happened. And that was like the biggest slap in the face. But I need to recognize something, that's her pain that's really showing up. Okay. So that's what I need to understand. And I'm getting it. I'm trying. And then finally I have Six of Swords. And I just had to go on and just go on a little trip. I did. After that, I was like, I am not feeling like reading for anyone tonight. I had to do the weekly reading, the weekly general reading for everyone. And I was not feeling it, guys. I was not feeling it. I was like, I don't want to do any readings. This sucks. I need a little break. So I said, instead, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to come to my table. I'm going to do the mine or theirs spread. And I'm going to record it for you guys and try to get some clarity around this situation. You know, getting through a hard time calmly and quietly is what the guidebook says for this card. A shift in perspective, a change in the way that I'm seeing things, and maybe doing a little traveling. And I'm not planning on doing a little traveling, but I am seeing things in a new perspective now and able to really process and digest this. As I'm doing this reading, this is actually very therapeutic for me, really and truly. And then we have the Page of Pentacles and the Star represent how to release and cleanse. Oof, I love this. It says these cards, because I've got two, represents what you need to do in order to release the emotions specified in cards 2 to 4. These. Like, she had a straight, I mean, she must have some money. She had a straight, like, I will crush you financially. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay. Page of Pentacles. It's new beginnings time with the Page of Pentacles. You know, it's like, it's Page of Pentacles, study time, continuing to just grow the business. You know, don't be thwarted by this. You know, just continue to learn more and more about having to navigate tough situations, on how to approach and deliver a response to someone who is not a fan of my work. I will orchestrate that and maybe keep a series of different responses saved to my computer or saved to an email folder, you know, where I can just tap that, pull that down, and copy and paste it and move on with my life, like, and not even miss a beat, you know. So yeah, that's what I'll take from this with the Page of Pentacles. And that's what I'll do. That is a powerful takeaway that I can do, that I feel like, okay, that makes me feel like there's some power here. I'm going to pray for her. I've already forgiven. At first I was pissy at the start of this video, but I've already feeling a loosening and forgiveness for her. And I'm hoping that, again, this is a blessing where I just set up some canned messages that I plop into the message. And of course, I want to be there for my clients. So if there's something I did or they need clarity, usually people just email me if they have a clarifying question. I just respond back and it's not a thing. But I take it seriously. I drop everything and I take it seriously. But with that being said, if it's someone who's being completely irrational, after I drop the reading to her, it's not even 20 minutes later and she's already saying a negative review. Well, how can I be a liar if time hasn't even moved forward? So you know what I mean? Like, I want responses so I don't have to get so emotionally upset over it. That's what I'm saying. And to keep hope about the whole thing. Like, my other reading that I did with the Dreams of Gaia was like, look, get up, dust yourself off, and keep going. You need to just keep going. And don't get thrown by this situation. Have hope that she finds the love that she's looking for. Have hope that, you know, you will just peacefully go to sleep and this will be a memory, a fun memory. One of your first fun memories to share with your folks, your fam, your peeps, your tribe, your tarot tribe, to help others get over their first negative review. So it's like, it's a healing time. It's a hopeful time. It's a peaceful time right now. And it's a time to be optimistic about my business. It's a time to be optimistic about her love life. So there you guys have it. I think that, wow, I'm really digging this spread. I am going to definitely use it again. It was super helpful for this situation. I strongly recommend it for you. I'm just going to close with the Oracle card. Just, you know, fear was the driver for nostalgia. Yeah, nostalgia, risk. Oh, I exposed some secrets too in the reading. It's like, oh, wisdom, intuition. Okay. Trust. Sometimes I just like go through these. It's like a stream of consciousness with the cards. So fears. I definitely had some fears, worried about having my first negative review. She had fears about probably getting some news that she didn't want to necessarily hear, and timing. And when she got confirmation, probably it pissed her off. So we had to deal with that. I'm taking away that this is going to give me something to look back on. It feels uncomfortable at the time, but as each day, each moment passes, I can look back on this and nostalgically and say, wow, I remember when I first got my first crappy review. I've got to remember to keep taking risk. You know, without risk or without risk, there's no reward. Revealing secrets is part of the job. It's part of what I do. And sometimes people are not prepared to deal with the secrets that come up. And I have to be prepared for when they're not prepared. And it's okay. And it's okay to just shake it off and take a little break. And that, that's fine. And to continue to know that my intuition's okay and it's real and it didn't lie. And yeah, maybe my words were a little sharp-tongued, but it was all with well and good intentions. My intuition is used for good, you guys, good things. I'm not evil, I swear. And I'm gaining so much wisdom from this experience, and I'm hoping that I'm imparting wisdom with you guys about the situation. And I'm just going to trust in the universe that this was something that was a beautiful lesson that I needed to receive, and hopefully just trust that there's so many more awesome clients out there waiting for me to help them, and will be so appreciative of what I've got to offer. And I'm going to trust that in time my words will help her. And then resurrection. I have a feeling she's going to come back. I have a feeling this is not the last of her, but hopefully in a positive light and not in a negative. All right, guys. Thank you all. Let me know what you think. Let me know about your first negative reviews, or let me know if you never had one. That's fine too. And what are you doing to prepare yourself for one? And how do you handle these situations? And what do you think about this spread? What do you think about this tarot spread? So yeah, this is just me working with my folks, my trailblazers, especially because you guys are the ones I know who are out there moving and shaking with starting your business like I am. And I just want to see what tools that you tap into when you have little moments like this. All right, guys, much love to you. Bye.